Marvel Tokon Beta 2 this weekend, 2XKO talk. Virtua Fighter gets a dope-ass documentary that we checked out, and I've got some interesting questions for the old guard here when it comes to fighting game travel. Welcome to Double Tap. This is Mash Those Buttons podcast dedicated to the FGC. I'm, of course, your host, Crash, and with me, I've got my both my starter and my backup Pokemon here, host in the building. I got StaticGorilla.
Sup, and I'm not an Oranguru. That's a Pokemon.
That's racist. And then we've got Mezza.
Use the song.
Oh my god!
Are there zombie Pokemon?
Guys.
Well, I guess it's Gengar, right? Yeah. Ghastly.
No, that's a ghost. Those are ghosts. Come on, dog. You're not even trying.
What the?
Bro, ghosts are not zombies. We ain't having this debate. This is episode 418 being recorded on the 3rd of December, 2025. Getting that much closer to the end of the year. Happy Turkey Day, belated Turkey Day, Thanksgiving, all that good stuff. Hopefully y'all had some good food because we've got plenty of other things that are going to be good for the soul coming up in fighting games. So let's get right into it. Off the rip, man. This episode is going to be really interesting. It kind of started because of this topic. So there's a documentary that came out, or just like an independent video that came out from I feel bad, I can't remember my man's name off the top of my head, but it's a Virtua Fighter documentary called Final Round: The Spirit of Competitive Gaming. What was my man's name again? Dan Reed. Yeah, shout out to Dan Reed. That's the YouTube. It's a short 17-minute video. It revolves around, as I said earlier, the Virtua Fighter scene. Obviously, in kind of its highs of highs, or kind of entering almost like mainstreamish right now, because of the eventual Virtua Fighter 6 that's coming out, and like the big promises and just the impact it's had and how it looks, and what Virtua Fighter's legacy really is as it being like the first 3D fighter for fighting games ever. And it's got like. When it comes to Virtua Fighter, I don't know about you guys, because I'm sure we know a couple of Virtua Fighter players, in the community, or people that have played it, dabbled hard in it, or have just seen it in tournaments, because the game is played everywhere. Like Virtua Fighter is usually at tournaments, especially bigger ones. Man, locals might be a little hit or miss, because it's a little bit of a very focused group. Mm-hmm. Yeah, niche is another way to say it. It's a very focused group of players, usually like some long-standing players that have been doing it for a minute. In here, Final Round, which was the documentary, it revolved around a particular player of Christopher Gutermsman, who his first intro says, like, I've been playing Virtua Fighter since it came out in arcades in 1993.
It's a long ass time.
That line for that documentary was so heavy for me to hear that. I mean, I was like happy. I was like really happy. I was like, bro, like we have just been in the mix for so long. But it was really cool. It's a really dope documentary. Just it's following him and kind of explaining to those that just might not know fighting games. It does a very good job in kind of breaking down Virtua Fighter and it's the fundamentals of it and what it does. And I really especially did love that component of the video where it broke down like, oh, there's the jab, then there's the strike cancel, then there's the side step, then there's the throw, and they show you all of this in a slow motion, but then they go like, yeah, but it all happens really fast, and they actually play the sequence out. I was like, damn, that's dope.
Funny thing, I was watching it at 1.5 speed, and I had to put it to normal speed to see what I was seeing.
For that, yeah, it gets wild. Like Virtua Fighter, I think Virtua Fighter doesn't get as many of its flowers as it should. There are some legends in the fighting game scene that also come from like Virtua Fighter. Fudo being one of them. I don't know if a lot of people know that. Ida-san as well. Was it Itabashi?
That's the Itabashi Zengen.
Yeah, I'm about to say Ida-san. He was in the doc. I was like, wait, he was literally in the doc, like talking to some of the players in some of the B-roll in there. But yeah, it just traveled with Goody to VF versus Fighting 13 that happened over in the UK up in Birmingham, because it was an actual championship spot there, and it was just like, I don't know, man. It was just speaking my language. It was just all about the interactions, all about like the story behind it was really dope. About like Nero and him actually first meeting for the first time in in person in 12 years. This is like Goody had like met him online, was like, yo, this guy's amazing, like saw potential in him, like kind of really like brought him in, like kind of signed him on, co-signed him, was like, yo, he's legit, and was kind of guiding him and passing on knowledge. It's just all this really cool talk, and then they get to meet for the first time here, and they get to square off in top 8 together, which is just like, it was dope. It was actually a very, you know, it might have been short, it might sound fucking corny, but it was a very beautiful story, because like that's the only kind of experience you can get from something like fighting games. Like it's not just in fighting games. Don't get me wrong, competitive gaming has a long history of that. Like go check out cats that have been playing like Halo 2, having LAN parties every year since like for like the past 20 years, right? Like in the same place. It's still a thing now, but in fighting games, it's like it's just really it's very special, because it's just, you just meet people in these insane kind of situations, and then you form friendships, brotherhood, families out of this, competitive families out of this, which is really dope. So like the video was just sick. So I kind of made sure these guys watched it, because it was just, you know, for me, like I said, it just was speaking my language. Like it was just, nothing out of here was out of the ordinary for me, but it was so special to see it. I wish we would see more videos like this, to be honest, on just even short form ones, right? Short form ones like this, just on the different scenes, different people, because there's so many stories like this. It's insane.
You know who does this a lot is actually, we should take note from, is Tetris. The Tetris community, they actually do this tremendously. I've watched all their documentaries, and I think if we can get, we've always talked about like what's the format that's gonna lead with helping keep, you know, the history going and all the information, and we've had those movies or documentaries, but those were done a long time ago. What about now, right? I mean, everything's recorded, that's cool, but how much more are we going to rely on, you know, Score Esports to do something, or, you know, Evo to maybe segment
to make a video? Everybody got a phone, stuff, bro. Yo, those iPhone 15, 17s, 27s, they're gonna have amazing cameras. You can shoot off of that and just cut something together.
I think the hard part is doing what they did, what Dan Reed did, is you go to these events, you have to put yourself out there first off to be there. True. And then you have to invest the time doing the research. And the research is kind of shoddy, especially when you're talking about something like Virtua Fighter, where you have select players over here who might not be playing anymore, or who are kind of still like dabbling here and there, that have been around for a long time, but it's hard to get in contact with them, right? And then you have to get in contact with the people who are overseas, who've been probably playing game for a longer time, right? Though that's harder. Something like KOF, really hard to do outside of a retrospect video, impossibly hard to go back to where it all started, because now you're talking about maybe going back to China. I mean, the last time, I remember the first time we covered something like that was when we were talking about the segment of somebody having a butcher knife. You know, I'll never forget that. Hell yeah,
you still remember that
over
article?
Some KOF, bro.
It was over, I think, KOF 93 or some shit. Like it was rough. That was rough. Onto some more positive pastures. That's somebody getting stabbed in an arcade cap. I'll take a stab at this documentary. It's really good. Go check it out. Like I said, it's Final Round, the spirit of competitive gaming. It's a great look at VF. Like I said, once Virtua Fighter 6 comes out, I think VF 6 is going to be like the strive of the series. Like I think it's gonna bubble to a point where it's gonna become the most mainstream it's ever been. Will it be the biggest game? I don't know, because Virtua Fighter also does have its own, like any other game, it's got its own niche to it.
Just so you know, Tekken hasn't been doing too hot with the community at the highest level, where they've been losing a lot of players. They've been getting a lot of players, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some of the competitors, such as you know, maybe you might see Knee playing. You obviously Tokido. You got Street Fighter players. So like, it wouldn't shock me to see some people switch over, because the game might be more polished and the direction might be better. But I personally, I'm gonna give it a try, because I've always played Virtua Fighter. One of my favorite moments was getting to play Gamer B for the first time. At I believe that was like ECT something. But
ECT a decade ago.
I think it was like 5. Something. But I have a very strong passion for where Virtua Fighter is coming from, because it kind of reminds me of DOA. The only problem is I just hope they don't do what DOA did, which is some bullshit. So,
which is make part 6 and not have the characters in it.
They did too much.
Did you see the comments about like Virtua Fighter? I think it came from the director or maybe the producer of the game, going like they're strongly against like cinematics or crazy like cutscenes in the fighting game. Like if it doesn't lend to the gameplay, they're like, yo, it's just fluff, we're not about it. Which is so funny because I'm so used to it, right? Like we are all so used to it that sometimes you get hit and you're just like, maybe a cinematic is too wild. It kind of sucks when a cinematic is too long, or where there are components of it that just like kind of take you away from it. I love that they're just trying to keep it to the core, because like VF is one of those like fundamentals are like extremely important. Don't get me wrong, fundamentals are important in a lot of fighting games. They come in different flavors. Fundamentals are different. They're shaped differently depending on the game you're in, right? A tag team fundamentals are different from 1v1 fundamentals. But like Virtua Fighter fundamentals, I think it's its own category in itself. But like you need to have those on such a high level to be competitive that it turns a lot of people off. But they're like, hey, this is the core. This is what the game was always intended to be like. So we're not gonna, outside of the really cool parry thing animation, right, that we've seen where you've seen, Kira just gets knocked into his fucking mouth, pretty hard, and you see the sweat and the hate and the discouragement coming out your face.
I don't know if you guys seen the new where like Sarah gets hit in like I don't know, like the jaw or something, or the head, and you see all the like the electrons and everything and nerves and just all coursing through. I'm like, oh, this is sick. And they still keep it where it's still in the action.
Yeah, I was like, when I first read that or saw the statements, I was kind of like, I mean, you kind of are sprinkling it in there a little bit. This wasn't in previous VFs, but like you said, it's still within like the action. Like there is such a flow to the game, and they want to make it have a flow, right? Like as they've been kind of just showing it off.
That's what they're trying to do.
At the end of the day. That's what they want to highlight. So, but enough on the Virtua Fighter, but not enough. If you haven't checked it out, Final Round, The Spirit of Competitive Gaming is the documentary. Go search that on YouTube, or like I said, if you want to just check out the YouTube channel itself, Dan Reed, DAN space Reed, does some really, really cool stuff. He's got a couple other really dope videos there. This is making its rounds. I suggest you go check it out. And I also do want to give a shout out to Virtual Kazama as well, kind of like our resident VF expert, fan, lover, fighter of the game. Shout outs to you, homie. I'm sure I know you're definitely checking out the video. Keep on keeping on for sure. All right, so with that, we're gonna be taking a quick break, guys. When we get back, we're gonna go hit on some of the little more mainstreamy type of things going on, and we're gonna talk some Marvel Tokon as well as a couple of questions for these guys here that they don't know about. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. This is actually normally the time I would have a question of the week or a poll, but I kind of actually realized is that I forgot to post last week's question of the week and poll. So sorry about that. Will do a double posting this week, so don't adjust your TV sets. I do have the question and everything. I just literally forgot to put it up on our Discord, mash.gg/Discord. Make sure to join there, and as well as on our socials. But I'll be posting that up. But this week I do have a question, a poll for you guys, just talking about like the whole like Virtua Fighter and playing for so long. How long are you playing fighting games to? Like, how long are you actually gonna see yourself playing fighting games? Maybe we'll throw maybe on the higher end of casual, more competitive on it. We're gonna have a bunch of different answers for you guys. This is gonna be like I said, a single choice question. We're posting that up on our socials as well as on our Discord. So make sure to hit the poll up there as well as the poll from last week, posting that up. So let's talk about this weekend though. Marvel Tokon Beta 2
with the T.
I keep saying Tokon, right? Tokon. Yes. With the T. Marvel.
I didn't want to do this in the break because you think we were time out. Yeah.
Beta 2 is happening. Good luck. Beta 2 is happening this weekend. We're going to be having a straight. Is this 72 hours or is it supposed to be like? I don't think it's like a full 3 days. I think it starts
midnight Pacific
on Saturday.
Sunday. I think it starts Friday morning.
It's like 36 hours, I think. No, it's more than that.
No, I believe it starts Friday morning.
Oh, okay. Maybe a little more than that.
Friday morning, 3 a.m. or 12 midnight on Thursday.
Yeah, that's
on the Twitter.
I'm pulling up the time right now. Yeah, I'm pulling up the time. Test begin, Friday. December 5th. Yep. Total of 72 hours. Okay, so it is like a full 3 days. 72 hours of Marvel play. This is going to be including Ghost Rider, Mr. Robbie Ghost Rider, and of course Peter B. Parker. No, it's just regular. Peter Parker is going to be included in the character select, so that is going to grow now the roster to 8 playable characters. So there's some freshness that's going on, as well as some new mechanics, right? They're going to be adding some tweaks and some new mechanics in there for us to mess around with. They've been listening to feedback, and they are going to be adjusting for it. I mean, you know, until the weekend gets here, there's not much else really to say on it, but it's just an announcement. If you have gotten into the beta last time, you will get automatically invited to it this weekend, so you don't have to worry about it. But if you haven't, I suggest you sign up while you can. I don't know if that's going to be weird where they might give you access halfway through, like that happened to a bunch of people last beta, but I might just be initial influx. I don't think they're going to get as many people as first timers coming in. I think a good majority of the people that wanted to get in are in. But yeah, if you haven't, make sure to sign up. But if you already have played it, you're good for the next one. Make sure to check out that Iron Man, see if he's still busted.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch.
My money's on yes.
I'm gonna just watch Static stream.
You're not gonna play?
So I have my PS5.
I got Avatar to play.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's right.
Wait, that's out this weekend too?
Yes,
I didn't
it
even
is.
see that.
Same weekend.
So I signed up for it, but there was like way too much to sign up for, and I think I also was late. So I was like, yeah, NDAs, I'm good.
Oh, the initial wave NDS for the closed beta test has been sent out. I didn't know it was a closed beta test. I thought it was, when you said it, I was like, what, like the whole game
it's
out
like,
already?
It's like closed and you can't stream it.
Yeah, and it's,
I'm okay with that.
yeah, and it's scheduled 5 to 7, so there you go. Team Avatar, or a little bit of both. Why not? You know, play some Marvel Tokon online and then go up on and play some.
Can you locally record?
Alpha.
Can you local record?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, usually they allow you to local record.
Yeah, you should be fine with that because Diphone just put out a video literally today because he got to play it in October. But this new build, I think we'll be able to put stuff out after the event's been over.
So here's the thing: Star-Lord is what I'm going to be practicing this time. I have my PS5 over here next to my setup now, so I'm not going to be playing off the TV, which was awkward. I had to like turn around and stream from anyway.
Oh yeah, good call out on that. This is PS5 only again. Still, this is not PC.
Yeah. So now that I have a setup and I have the Elgato and I can actually stream from my, PC, I'm going to be playing it a lot more, and I'm going to be playing Iron Man. However, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 is out this Friday as well.
And Fortnite?
No, just how dare you?
It's in Fortnite.
No, but yes, it is. But in the theaters, they're re-releasing part 1 and 2. So I'm
it's your favorite. So Static's favorite Christmas movies are coming out. So he's going to be a little bit busy, is what he's trying to say.
But anyway,
Red Christmas indeed.
Yeah, the Star-Lord I'm using, the Storm I'm using because their musics are the best. Now I can't wait to hear what Spider-Man and Ghost Rider's music sound like.
Yeah, I'm actually a little hyped for Ghost Rider. I think he's gonna have, no pun intended, a fire track.
But Iron Man is looking very strong already. I want to see what they did to his auto combo, his lights, because already know auto combos in Dragon Ball are too strong. So like auto combos such as like if their second hit can like home in on people. For instance, Cell's shoulder dash is stupid. So like Iron Man has something like that. And I mean, there's going to be computer availability. You can play the computer in this beta as well. Until I think Sunday they said that it's only online beta. So they want you to get to play the computer first.
Good call out on that auto combo. I forgot, and I was like, what rubbed me the wrong way about this game? Oh yeah, that auto combo shit. I'm not a fan. You actually might have just single-handedly deterred me from playing.
I destroyed it. Well, yeah, because you can whiff his light
because you can whiff lights. It's so annoying. I'm like, bro, like, come on, like, who does that? That's. I feel like that's one of the reasons I didn't like Dragon Ball Fighter. Actually, no, I can say that's definitely a reason why I didn't like Dragon Ball Fighter.
But I didn't want to use Star-Lord in the first beta because I was like, dog, I'm gonna have major FOMO if I start to use it. And then I played somebody, and it was just everybody was just resetting and restanding with Star-Lord. Yeah. So I just hope it's not really corny.
We'll see. We'll see. Let us know if you guys are hyped for a beta 2. If you're going to be playing Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, or you're going to be just mashing lights, you don't give a shit. It's still going to hit. That's a dub. With that, that's not the only thing with the 2 that we're talking about real quick, but let's chat 2X real fast. The current state of things. I mean, we just recently got a little small patch. A little small patch. Nothing I want to say arguably nothing crazy meta changing. Like Ari's gotten some nerfs in terms of damage for her super. I think they were unwarranted. Swear not Ari down player over here.
But didn't they go ahead. I'm sorry, but didn't they not just nerf her, but just supers in general?
No. No, they nerfed her super specifically.
No, her.
I know they nerfed her hold super. Yes,
they nerfed
like
meter.
the damage.
Yeah.
But the
from
meter gain
115 to like 70. Yeah. The meter gain, of course. Yeah, and that's a general. That was a universal one. Yeah,
that's to her.
But she's one of the two that got touched, and then Teemo being the other one. Just a lot of non-interactable things that he did are now interactable. I mean, I was just playing earlier. Yes, definitely much more interactable. Funny enough, I didn't have a problem. I never had a problem with Teemo.
Me neither.
I never had a problem with Teemo. And listen, not to boast, but it's like I'm a grandmaster. I'm playing at that level right now with these guys. I'm like, and I've played those Teemos that like really know their shit. I'm like, I've never had an issue.
I think it's the thing is there's after watching a lot of matches, because like I fight against a lot of Teemos too, but the thing is like everybody's finding different formulas to fight him, right? Everybody has different characters to fight him. But like at the highest end, when you have the number one team that has to literally sit there and do nothing until they hit Teemo or they get a clear to go in, it's kind of pretty boring from there. And it does kind of kill the gameplay. So I totally 100% understand the changes behind Teemo. Plus, there was actions that he could do. We talked about it. Me and some people, we talked about it at Lab, and we said, hey, if he does an action in the air, like a special move, he should just probably stop being able to block, particularly like after doing the flight, right? So he has to commit to something. And they kind of did that with his slingshot, where they're like, okay, you go for slingshot, you're committed. Like you can still get
charge and his charge like Sonic Hedgehog fucking move and shit. Bandle tackle or some shit like that. Yeah. That shit. That was annoying. I couldn't believe he could still do something after that. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, they did nerf it last time where it was -3 from what I was told. But I will be honest with you, the meter gain shit did not feel it last night. I was playing with F-Champ for like 2 hours, and I think it was just like playing normal. Like I didn't feel any changes in meter. But then again, I think it's for characters who are like super, and then swapping, and then super. I think it hits more double down. Double down is where I think it really was the focus on. So, I mean, particularly, I'm okay with that.
I really don't understand. I'm really having a hard time understanding the hate for double down. Like, listen, okay, once again, not your resident double down, fucking down player over here. It's a complete fucking coincidence. I happen to play Ari and double down.
Are you a double down player?
I'm double downing on not being a down player. But like, I get, like, we were just talking about it right before the show, people are looking for a double down like nerf and shit. I'm like, bro, like, just because you can super and swap during super, right? That's only allowed in that particular mode, or that pulse, excuse me. Is it pulse? Fuck, I can't even remember. It's called Fuse. Pulse is the other thing.
Right.
Fuse, thank you.
Our age is showing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Thanks.
And that particular fuse, and for me, I'm like, it's fine, because you got, like, a lot of people tend to forget double down is probably the most affected when it comes to, well, not the most, but it gets pretty hard affected when a character gets knocked out more than other fuses. Like, yes, freestyle, you can say that because, like, hey, you can't tag back into or do your swap tagging mechanics, right? But double down, like, literally that doesn't have that to begin with, so it's already kind of like not in the same, I feel like it doesn't have the same privilege. Like, all I'm doing is being able to just swap if, obviously I get a hit, I get to DHC, which, I mean, every fucking tag game has had since the history of forever, like,
which is fine.
What it is there, which is normal, right? That's what you paid for double down for, is to have that normalcy there. But then the swapping over to a character, like, that's only happening if I have my character. Like, and I do still have to spend a bar to make that effective. Like, I feel like it's still a decent cost. Like, what else? Like, taking that away, honestly, I think we'll shit on that fuse so much that it kind of becomes, I don't want to say useless, because I still think it's strong. But I think like, if every fuse has its dirt, you're just making that one clean.
Well, here's the
too
problem.
clean.
So
and who wants to play clean? No one wants to play clean. Everyone wants to play dirt.
2x assist first off has they are considering it a bug. We've known about it for a long time. It's just now we're noticing it more. If they call out an assist and we hit them, their back off cooldown after 2 seconds. That's not normal.
Oh yeah, that shit was weird. I never actually did bother looking into it, but I'd heard about it and I was like, okay, maybe that is intended.
Yeah, there's no fault for ever getting that character hit.
You just okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds though.
So the problem with double down is, and I can tell you guys because I've experienced it firsthand, is when somebody supers, the idea of a DHC is generally either to continue something or to do more damage, which I'm totally fine with. I mean, we have it in Marvel, we have it in other games, but there comes to a point where it should be difficult to maintain that combo. 100% difficult. If you're great at doing it, cool. I'm all for it. But a lot of the easeability to do the combos afterwards that do immense amount of damage is mostly to hit Teemo. So for instance, if you do like Yasuo and then you call out Teemo and then you do the shrooms, he can just do it again. He can like bring you back down and do it. There's no complexity to it. It's almost rewarding somebody for not playing the game.
You're talking about that tornado cancel that goes and then they fall.
You don't even have to do that. You can just do the tornado at any height and Teemo could just come out and just do a full combo.
And it's not even that team either. Like Jinx and Warwick have a crazy thing where they can spend 4 bars or something like that.
What do you call it, Mezza? What do you call it?
Bullshit?
No, the player. The name of the player that does.
Jewel Man. I respect him as a player when he's playing 2xKO because he's found the simplest way to winning. And I had to remind myself when I'm playing games like this, I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, there's going to become a point where people are going to find easy shit, right? Look at Street Fighter 6. People play modern. They subject themselves to not having all the access to all the buttons the same way. But it's easy.
Look at Marvel 3. Look at Marvel. As soon as you realize what a problem character was, what are you doing?
Kill him.
Xing, right? You go X. You're dead. Like, guarantee this character needs to go, right? It became the norm. It wasn't always the norm, but then you realize that was the fastest way to kind of basically guarantee you, like, oh, X this, maybe have half a bar left or a quarter bar left. You maybe get the second character. Now it's a 1v3. Good fucking luck, bro.
Exactly. So, like, I noticed when I played against that team, and I'm noticing it more and more with certain characters, they're able to extend supers, and the damage is so high that it doesn't even make sense. Because you could do 1, 2, 3 super, so it's just ABC super. You don't even gotta launch me. It hits me, and then you're able to raw tag super with that character, and then super again. And then raw tag it is super with that character. Like, okay, look, at some point we gotta lock people out of either doing multiple supers and abusing the fact that you can just swap, which I'm totally cool with. I like it because I have it for my team too. And I play freestyle. But my problem is you can't allow people to do that, and then every time they touch a character, that character's dead no matter what. I'm dying when I do that, when that happens. We could have played neutral for like 20 seconds. I could have lost like 15% of my life, maybe 10%. Guess what? If I switch in someone else, or it's Jinx, Teemo, Lowy, Echo, whatever, the moment you do those combos with Jinx and Work, or someone in Teemo, you're TODing people. That's not the game that they intended. I like TODs, but it has to be hard. It can't just be like TC Infinites weren't easy. There were some easy ass ones. But they were kind of like...
there was definitely some easy.
Ami is one of them. Don't worry, I didn't forget. Jill's one of them once you get it.
Yeah.
But like, Doom's a good example. His wasn't always easy. It was a little difficult. It was a little execution heavy. But that's what we should have in this game if you're gonna give TOD, right? It should be like super simple.
Well, it's not just that. It's also when you had to do a air TAC into an infinite, you had to risk getting your TAC countered.
Yeah,
that's why they kept it in and Evo.
It was still a guess. Like you still had a layer of guess, luck to it.
Yeah, but then you still run into Nova, Spencer, Doom, and they just TODing you because Spencer is broken in his scaling.
That was a system mechanic and / scaling, but maybe that's just the direction they might have to look at for that particular fuse. Like maybe like when you loop between, like you start from character A to character B back to character A, maybe you can't go back to character B after that, right? Exactly. You could do maybe one half a loop, and it's like it still rewards you because hey, you did get the hit, and you do have the characters, and you do have the ingredients to do it, right? Like that was your choice. This is by the player, so it's like you don't want to punish the player for playing the way they want to play, but you also don't want it that it's like you said so easily accessible that it kind of just becomes well, I have 4 bars, he gets a touch. GG's, next character. Like that doesn't feel good for people coming in. At the same time, on the competitive side of me, I'm like, fuck their feelings. I'm trying to win. Like, block better. It is what it is. But I get what you mean. Like, if they really want to make the game, or really don't want to fuse to kind of like just be brain dead. So it's called brain dead. Fuck it.
It's very
brain dead in certain situations that anyone could just do it. It's like that does hurt. That does hurt the health of the game.
Yeah,
in the long run.
I do think the game is suffering from the biggest thing, which is, and it didn't before, but it is now, which is the lack of characters being properly released. Like, look, we got 2 characters. It's been a bit. I know they're trying to work on the formality of the game so that it gets better, but realistically speaking, waiting until January to release a new character right when you're about to have your first biggest tournament, which is technically Frosty Frostings, on release as lit. Open, like we're no longer in early access. We're in full release.
We're in season 1, baby. Yeah.
That sounds crazy to me because realistically speaking, you're about to throw a whole nother wrench in plans. Forget balancing. We're talking about throwing a new character or even 2 into the mix. For now, it's honestly,
it's honestly interactions for me is the thing that needs to be focused on. I mean, you talked about it as well. We're just chatting it up. Like there are just interactions in this game still that like actually do trip me out because I'm like, why is this like a thing? Like this should not be doing that. Why is this so inconsistent? Like that, like
breaking somebody and
or baiting a break and then trying to like
and they
follow up.
Have you
camera dead body? Well, no, dead body got changed up, right?
They fixed that.
They fixed that.
So that
but the camera, no, though. The camera's still
the camera locking in one place.
Sometimes I'm fighting the camera and my opponent. It's kind of fucking wild.
The thing I don't like is real quick, and I'll let you go, Gabe. Sorry. Mm-hmm. The thing I don't like is when I go to beta break, break, and because let's say they switched or something like that during the break, it'll actually and say they're low to the ground, they'll bounce off the wall and instantly fall on the ground, or they'll tech and they'll fall on the ground. I'm like, well, what was the point of baiting that if I wasn't gonna get a combo?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's weird. I think there definitely are some fixes that should be done by hopefully season 1. Maybe the season 1 patch is like where they're going to hit us with a lot of it. But I mean, isn't the season supposed to end in January? Right? It ends in January? Right, because it's 40-something days. It's like what it says on the pass. So, and Frosty Frostings is in January still, though. So I don't know if we're going to get
January.
it. Oh, okay. So it might just line up.
It's just, I think the game's good. All right? I want people to realize that the game's good. I'm not glazing it. I'm not saying it doesn't have its problems. The game is good. Do I see myself wanting to run to another game at the moment? Yo, if there was something better, I'm gone. That's just the truth. And it's just because of the way this game plays right now, there's too many problems. And aside from tournament, aside from casual, if we're just looking at it from a developer standpoint, my thing is, right now, you've done all you can with balancing the character. It's time to fix the real problem. And the real problems are those little things like mechanical movement, the assisting thing when you're hitting them.
Jumping fucking glitch.
Yeah, that shit is wild still.
I remember.
Yeah, that shit is rough.
So I don't want you to forget.
No, the camera angles. I think they keep the cameras that way because if it's a 2v2 situation, you don't want somebody to use their character off screen when they snap in, when they handshake in.
That's fair. I mean, you could still do it a certain way.
Yeah, I do it now.
If it's 1v1, then keep it in there. But if the character's off, like, they don't want characters to be off screen, I guess, because in case there's a handshake tag.
Well,
they should just expand the stage, sort of like Guilty Gear
or
does.
or an indicator.
Yeah.
How about an indicator? That'd be great.
Here's the problem with doing that, and it's the design behind the game, and I know it is from a developer standpoint. When you switch to another character that's, let's say, off screen, the screen has to pull to them because that is the main target, and the target is also focused on the opponent's body. So when it snaps like that, if you are further ahead, it has to pull it back. And if it doesn't, what it does is if you don't do that, now you have a character that's off screen and the camera never lines up. And if it finally does line up and they switch back, it causes more problems for switching back. So it's just easier this way.
Isn't that what Tokon does? It moves the camera to the person, to the player.
It has to. But remember, Tokon's in a much smaller vein. Yeah,
stages.
Like the stages,
multiple small stages versus one really big one.
And remember, their moves aren't also dragging you fully off the screen because of the way the assist comes in. It's not like the assist is starting from all the way in the back and staying back.
Yeah,
it's moving always forward towards the opponent.
I have a question. Do you think that 2XKO might be able to benefit from having a breakable wall?
No.
Resetting neutral?
It wouldn't. And the reason why I think it's bad is because too many combos that people have been using use the wall. And if you do that, you either have one possibility, which it breaks the wall, or it has to break on the second one, which nobody would ever try to do it on the second one. So the goal would be essentially really bad if they went that route, because this leads into my second problem with the game is, let's say you're playing Yasuo, you do a wall combo, and you do stance into your hold slash, and you knock him into the wall. He crumples, rolls back, hits the wall. Either he breaks through the wall, or you give him that one time, and the second time in a combo it happens, it breaks through the wall. Now, do you give people meter for that? Well, meter is really the gain in this game. What do you get from breaking the wall?
Exactly. I was gonna say there needs to be a reason, because you're resetting neutral. I'm assuming we're going back to neutral, and neutral in something like this is also like it's a big give, like to intentionally give that to your opponent, because you're kind of almost like, well, not almost, you're going back to neutral, and like all it takes is one assist call.
What, you're gonna lock out their assist and give me my assist back? That sounds
that'd
insane.
Be ridiculous.
If we're talking about like how Guilty Gear does it, where it's like you have time to do set play, bro. Yeah. I do not want to be sandwiched at all. No way to push block, or if I use my assist to break or something.
That's why they had to take out the force, whatever it was, the focus. What is that move called? The Wild Assault. That's why they took out Wild Assault hard knockdown.
Oh, yeah, it was busted. It was busted.
If you also even think about it, even if they did break the wall and went back to neutral, who would ever want to do that? And characters,
that's literally what everyone said when they saw it on Stripe. They're like, "Why would I break the wall? Like, why would I want to do that?" Then they're like, "Oh, you get meter, and then you can do like infinite RC and stuff." This game does not have that, so it's like even worse.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but like you'd have to have a real strong meaning behind it, because at one point, a lot of the combos require doing wall crumples. Where I have a problem with the game, and this is ultimately, I think everybody should have a problem with this, is if Yasuo wall crumples me and then does a full 60% combo and somehow switches in, and then Warwick does a wall crumple to me, it's not a limit. That to me is stupid. So I get to use multiple wall crumples, where some characters don't have that capability unless someone's standing. Weird, right? So like,
yeah, it's a little odd.
I think they designed the game with this intention to use these different mechanics of like these hard floating knockdowns or soft floating knockdowns, these crumples to the wall, these natural crumples. They're great mechanics if you build your system around it. They put too much other shit that is counterintuitive, because not every character has the same ability. I hate saying it. I like Guilty Gear because dust is universal for everybody. Wall break is universal for everybody, no matter what moves you're doing. There's a benefit to breaking the wall, but for 2XKO, not even breaking the wall there's like an insane amount of benefit from playing a character who can crumple you into the wall. Look at Darius. He has a standing combo that crumples you finally into the wall, and he gets a full 60% by himself if he wins. So I think there's a lot of problems with the game that need to be readjusted with like, well, if we're doing standing combos, because there's a whole video SKD did with the system on how the combo system works. Very, very good. Very helpful. I suggest anybody go watch it. I fucking hate this game because of that. It's stupid because of the shit that Echo, Yasuo, and other characters get to do. Certain characters I play require way too much. Way too much.
As in they rhyme with Jinx?
You could have just said they rhyme with Link.
I just said it anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to peep out that video myself.
Yeah. I forgot SKD what SKD looks like without a mask. It was weird.
Yeah. Well, I will say it opens up a lot of doors I think that we weren't looking at, but it opens up a lot of doors. And I think the focus right now for the 2XKO team should be get the fucking game out on console.
Yeah,
like I don't care we're talking about a lot of other things. From, let's fix this, let's fix that. Get the fucking game out on console, bro. You're killing the community on one side. If you wanted to make a PC game, just make a PC game. There's a reason why you guys made Wild Rift.
Hey, relax. Relax.
I'm just saying, bro.
Right,
like,
well,
I want to play more people, you know? I want more people to have the opportunity.
Are you holding hot hands?
Yeah.
Me?
No wonder.
I was about to say me. I was
No wonder he's so hot today.
Bro, I'm just,
hot hands. You got hot hands.
So following up on this, actually, so this is funny because I recently I think it was like 2 weeks now. I did ranked for the first time on 2X. I hadn't done ranked. Static was there to watch. Is a video I'm finishing up. But it had me thinking about it because it was actually about just the experience there. And actually, there was a Reddit post that came up, which I thought was a really cool question of like, what's your philosophy towards ranked? Because I was just playing casuals. Like the entire time the game has been out and available, I've just been in the casual lobbies because I want to just learn. I don't care about rank like that, but I didn't want to. I know what rank comes with though. Rank comes with the sweats. Rank comes with the tryhards. Rank comes with people that are doing, that are actually going out and competing. There are kind of cats, but I was like, hey man, I want to learn, right? You go to events, sometimes you go to your locals, you're just trying to get casuals on because you just want to play against people. You want to learn, you want to experience, you want to maybe apply some things, right? So I wanted to just kind of go around the room to see like what is like your philosophy towards ranked in general. Because some people are just like they want to make challenger, right? Like you have to be top 100 in your region to make challenger. So they're all about the rank itself. Maybe for me, like I said, I'm more of like put me in casual so I could just like try shit. Because I'm gonna tell you right now though, casuals and rank not too far off in terms of experience. Like I thought for the longest time, I never checked actually my opponent's ranked. I kind of like didn't realize I could until I was getting ready to go ranked. And I realized, I can look at my history when I do my replays and you can check people's profiles. The amount of grandmasters and even challenger players I was fighting in casual was wild. And I was like, oh wow, no wonder like casual still felt hard. Like they're try hard everywhere. Right? So like it's kind of weird because then I was like, well, there's not really a big difference in terms of the competition. Yes, there's more people that'll quit in casual than there will be in ranked for other reasons. But for me, I always see as ranked as like my path to really like apply something that I'm learning or that I've learned or tried practicing in casual and be like, all right, cool. Like, maybe I've got it down somewhat in casual. Let me put it to people that also might knowledge check me. Right? Because that's like where the biggest thing comes for rank for me. It's like the knowledge check. So people are just doing all kinds of shit that you would normally see in casual. So for me, I love going to rank because it lets me kind of experience situations that you just wouldn't get in a casual sense. Like sure, like I said, there are sweats. You just got to know them, or maybe your homie has to play with you. But in rank, someone's going to pull something nasty out you probably hadn't seen or an interaction you've never been in and makes you think like, oh shit, this could have been tournament and that could have been tournament game. And now I lost. Like, what do I have to do? But what about you guys? When it comes to rank, like, do you care? Do you use it for growing purposes? Like, what are your philosophies on it?
Two things. I think it's good for at least being ranked to play somebody of your same skill level. However, or slightly better. However, it's almost guaranteeing somebody who is, again, at your skill level. So are you actually getting better? Like, because I like the reset rank thing in Street Fighter 6. However, it's also, you may run into people that are good with those characters, are learning a special character, but they're also just good at the game. So you might run into people call them Smurfs, but in that case, they're not necessarily a Smurf. They're learning a new character, but they just know the game better than an average person they're playing in that rank at the rank level of their character. So I mean, I think character ranking is good because you get to learn the character while playing other people, but then again, that experience really falters for those that are at a lower rank that have to just get steamrolled and not learn anything. So it's a hit or miss, but I think getting ranked, I think it works in most games. For getting ranked with somebody that's closer to your skill level, and then you reach a skill level, but then you lower that skill level because you can't really get to play Diamond 3 or wherever. Where am I? I'm in Emerald 2. So whenever I get to Diamond, I'm going to be really scared. You know? I need that sweater.
Nah, you play. I think you play better than they just hand out grandmasters at this point, bro. The amount of, like, some of the people I played, I go like, okay, clearly you must be learning. And I'm like, oh no, grandmaster. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I think there needs to be some work done. This is 2X specifically, guys. I'm just saying this is just 2X because that's the only one I really did rank. I've done Vanguard and such in Guilty Gear right when they added it and such, which was cool. That wasn't terrible hard, but this one for some reason they're just like,
it wasn't hard, but picks the hardest character. You're saying it wasn't hard, but you picked Venom, so
yeah, Venom's fun. What about you, Mezza? How do you feel about rank? Do you care for it? Do you use it as a tool, or is it just like, it's where the sweats are, so that's where you're gonna be at too?
Honestly, sometimes I forget that I didn't click rank. I'd be up in casual.
Yeah, same. I just hit like why, like, triangle, let's go. Like,
I hate when that happens.
And sometimes I will get some of the nastiest players. I'm like, I was like, why am I still playing this guy? This has been like 5 games, and I'm like, oh, it's casual. I was like, but I want to kind of keep playing them. Yeah, and then they'll leave, and I'm like, oh, damn, all right. No, I'm not against it. I think particularly this game, it's kind of wonky because it kind of defies everything that League has always taught me, is that the higher you get up in ranks, the harder it's supposed to be. I mean, maybe it's playing fighting games for so long, whatever, right? But no, I like it. I don't think it's a negative. I think it's always been like, kind of like you guys said, it's a tool for honing certain things. I don't look at rank as like, I need to be challenger, or I need to be this. I just look at it as like, okay, I've done a lot of stuff in practice with my particular team that I've been well versed with. I'm gonna go to ranked because I do want not the challenge, but I want somebody to react normally to seeing what they've already seen before. But can I change a situation where I could confirm it into something? Am I going to be able to do that against players that are capable of understanding a situation that a casual won't, right?
Yeah.
So, and plus, I know I'm getting kind of a little bit more targeted, better players. So when I go to casuals, it kind of feels like I can pick and choose, and I can be like, well, this guy's probably not that good. Maybe I should just play them. Like if I'm playing a whole brand new team, like I'm playing like Warwick and I don't know, Darius, right? I might want to go to casuals, not because I'm trying to preserve Grandmaster or whatever ranking, but it's more like I'm going to get steamrolled, and I'm not going to like, and I won't even say steamrolled, but I'm not going to get normal interactions that I feel comfortable with. Maybe there's combos I'm trying to practice, and it's a little bit easier seeing a live opponent instead of playing against a CPU that kind of might have AI cheat or might have some system. So yeah, I particularly think ranked is helpful. Do I think people should be like, Glaze, I'm challenger? No, I don't stuff. To me, that stuff is just fluff. I think it's a way to satisfy a certain mental state that means nothing to anyone and ever. But to make it cooler, I think they should have a solo duos ranked, and then they should have a duos only ranked. I think there should be 2 separate ranks. So yeah, you can still play duos and solos, and it's one accumulative one. But I think they need to have a duos rank because I think that'd be really cool to see who is the top duos team, right? I would love to see that. I won't know that if looking at just because you got to challenger. Did you?
I mean, I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you who it is. It's the twins from Japan. It's very easy to tell.
Well, yeah, that's easy. Yeah, I mean, they're brothers.
Yeah.
They're
they already got that. They already got that telepathy. No, for sure. I'm right there with you on it. Ranked is just a pathway for us to really like check, like I said, knowledge check and all. But what's funny though? I will never underestimate casuals though, because a casual who doesn't, not say doesn't know how to play the game, but like aren't thinking the same way, will help you find holes in areas you probably did not even realize. Gaps in your offense where they mash somewhere and they're like, no one in their right mind would fucking mash here. And then they do, and you go, you know what? A higher ranked or top tier player might check me there now. I gotta remember that.
You know what's funny? You froze there for a moment for me. And when they do,
I thought he actually paused there too.
Well, okay, great.
He's when they do, it's
so I'm experiencing that in Street Fighter 6 right now. I'm learning Kami, and I'm like, all right,
learning Kami. What's there to learn, bro? Crouching, fierce punch, dive kick, and you're dead.
So I've been trying to do close spin knuckle, but it only crosses up when you do EX. So I was doing, and then if you're like point blank and jab EX spin knuckle, you go behind them.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, so they're gonna block my next move. So I do jab EX boom, KO. I'm like,
yeah, bro, you can't do this. You can't do that.
These guys are pressing, and I'm like,
dog.
When did I taught you not to? I taught you not to press there.
No.
It's never the first, second, or third gauge. Sometimes it's the 150th time.
I know. I wish there was crush counters, even though there's punish counters. Yes,
let me give you a little insight. Something funny happened last night. I played F Champ, and he literally was like, "You kept doing the same thing, and the situation didn't require you to do that." I was like, in my head, I'm like, "Yes, I know. I agree with you, but I'm trying to see what works. This isn't. My goal is not to win against you right now. You lost to scrub person before." I lost a scrub person before, but what I'm trying to understand is my interaction with this situation. Do I have another option?
Problem is he's not playing that way. Oh, sorry.
You're right. He's not. He's playing for every interaction to be optimized, and I know that. But when he makes a mistake, I'm not going to get on his ass about it, because at the end of the day, I want to see that mistake. I want to see where you're willing to, where you think that you're going to be doing everything consistently, and then. Yeah, sometimes I might. Somebody said something best. Sometimes you just gotta you gotta just throw a wild ass button out there. I think it was I watched the Under Night documentary for.
How come that rings a bell? How come I know that line?
Big Black versus what's his name? Oh my god, I'm forgetting his name. And he was like, sometimes you just gotta throw some slop out there. And it made sense.
Sometimes you do.
Dude, sometimes you do. I'm trying to see if I'm okay with throwing slop out in matches against a top player, right? In my eyes. So it's very hard to always tell when you can get that experience, whether it's a casual or not. It happens even at high level. But casual, you see it a lot more. So you have to kind of you can't really train a lot of a majority of casual players. You can't really just be like, I did this, so you should respect this. You should kind of assume that it's going to be a lot harder. So what you're trying to do, Gabe, you might have to do at a higher level.
You know what's my go-to? I do the opposite. I go and make notes as to what they do. If they tech, I'm like, are they mashing on the way down? Oh, you're mashing? I'm going to make you tech again. I'm going to 2H. Okay, cool. I'm going to do it again. I'm like, are you mashing again? Oh, you keep mashing. I keep doing it because I'm like, yo, I'm going to 2H you every time and you're not stopping the mash. Stop the mashing. But I'm like, you know what? You're going to learn by getting knocked out.
It's funny because when I played last night, I always listen to what people say. He was like, oh yeah, you were like, you did something, and then I just I see it and I know to remember and react. I'm like, motherfucker, we played 50 plus games last time, and I did that same interaction, and you didn't. And when you did react to it, we played a different game. But I'm playing you a second time now in a long set. You didn't react to it the first time. What are you talking about? You should know I have that shit on. Nah, I did it 2 or 3 times. He didn't really he tried stuff how I tried stuff to stop it, right? He tried doing like backdash and then call assist. I was like, I stuffed your assist and called assist. See, this is a part of it. So like he was trying to find options out of it, like how I was, and was getting tagged for it. But to me, my knowledge is coming from previous stuff. And I'm like, dude, I know the interactions. Whether I've been playing in Luff lately, that's a big problem, yes or no. But yeah, it just makes me think like Rank does stuff that you can't do in casual. And I like that if you play enough Ranked, you're going to see a lot of crazy shit. Versus casual, yeah, you might see some crazy shit, but it's not going to be very often. You might get like here and there. So yeah, play Ranked. You'll get a lot out of it.
I think it's still worth taking this break as well, guys. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. And like I said, we've got some questions for the old FGC heads over here, including myself, to get into. So don't go anywhere. Be right back. All right, and we are back. We're in the home stretch of the show, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you haven't already, make sure to follow us at DoubleTapFGC. But let's get into it. We've got some interesting questions for my co-host. I'm not trying to make this a theme. It kind of did happen with the Would You Rathers with Static about an episode or two back, and it was fun because he had no idea what I was going to ask him.
None.
But I want to get you guys involved in this. But this came out of just like a combination of watching the documentary and just I've been reading things about and just, daily life, time flies. Time flies. You know what also didn't help was I got a reminder today, literally like it was like a Facebook reminder that I tagged Static in. Where Frankie G was like, hey, I got a ticket for Evo Finals if someone wants in, and I tagged you in it, and you literally responded saying, I'm already in line. I was like, bro, that was like 6 years ago or however many years ago it was. And I was like, oh God, we've been in this for a minute. And that feels like more, that's definitely one more of the recent ones. So what I got together was a couple interesting kind of like old versus new FGC head questions. In other words, things that maybe we did in the past versus how we would react to it or deal with it today to see how much different
how long are we talking? Because I got 15 years in here already.
I mean, some of these could be applicable to you right now. I think some of them definitely still are applicable to you right now. So let's just jump into it. I got a couple questions here I'm going to throw out there. And just I'm going to have you guys answer it. For
those that are listening, I have no gray hairs.
He does.
Just one.
He dyes them.
There's one right
I want to put it out there. He dyes his beard.
Nope.
Y'all don't know.
I just got my haircut yesterday. Ain't nothing happened except for the and then it burns,
Yeah. Get out the chair. The get out the chair spray.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with a couple of these. These will vary. These will vary from like travel situations to many monetary versus like even time commitments to a degree. How you would be before versus now. This is a good one because I know this is gonna be applicable to both of y'all. How many people did you share a room with back in the day? What is the most you've shared a room with? And how many of their names do you still not know?
Okay, wait. All right, Mezza. Wait.
For context,
Mezza and I,
we've done a lot of the same.
We roomed most of the time, and most of the time, if it was a lot of people, it was us. But I think so. I'd say third place was me when I roomed with Kane Blue River the year he won Evo. I roomed with the Chile guys. So that was.
So you don't remember
that? I remember Bacon Strips he used to go by Red Cyclone. The other guy, yeah, I don't. I know I have them all. I have them all on Facebook though. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. 7. I slept on that little
third
bed,
place.
The bed of the. Huh? This is third place.
This is third place.
Because second place and second place might be the Fall Classic. Because I think we had more people in the Fall Classic room than we did at Civil War room.
Did we have like 8 or 9?
Yeah, maybe. Well, no, wait. I feel like the Fall Classic and the Civil War room were both the same because we had my dad's truck, which was seated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people.
God damn.
We had Grover, me.
So
you,
Grover,
my brother,
Coppervol. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
So me, you, my brother, Coppervol.
Your brother never came down.
Yeah, he did. He was there.
He wasn't in my car.
Okay, that's second place. Hold up.
All right, hold up.
8 or 9 is second place. You got to hit me with first place. We got a lot of questions to get through.
First place was at the Sheraton at that stinky ass room we had. So you know which one I'm talking about. We had the room right at the stairs. Okay, there's a spiral staircase at the Sheraton, and we had a room right there. The first part of the room was so bad. I don't know who was in that room. I just know that me and Pedro
was that the one Food Black came into.
I don't know because I don't remember the room.
I think that was the one Food Black came
remember
into and had the little air balloon thing in the back.
I only remember hanging in the back with me and Pedro would sleep in there was like a suite, but it was like the back room because it had 2 beds, 1 room, bathroom, then room. And I remember only hanging out with Pedro in the back room. That was like the room where he slept. Then the rest was like Rickwa and Delaware. And it was just a cloud because the lights never turned on. So
can I be honest with you? I barely remember those nights because I was either too drunk before the tournament started, or I was spending time in the room with like Kyohei playing like Puzzle Fighter and shit. Dude, I had no sense of time.
The Puzzle Fighter one was the Hurricane Sandy one.
Oh, yeah.
So that was when Team Don't Ever Stop had a room. But
yes,
Dre, I think I first met you playing Nova Virgil Ami when Persona came out. So that might have been before this bad room.
That was a winter brawl one.
That was
definitely a winter brawl.
Because it was in like February. Anyway.
That one that you're talking about, that was the same one that Winrich came through. And then we also had...
I think that was Mech Warrior and a couple of others.
And we also had what the fuck was his name? From West Coast, he played Thor. Oh my god, why am I not
Royal Flush,
yeah. Dude, that was the weirdest.
Anyway.
Like CJ showed up, like everybody was just showing up.
Good times. On a scale of 1 to 10.
I didn't answer mine. Mine would still be.
Well, y'all room. We know you're first.
No. My like honorary one, which is a different country. I'll say. We had 15 people deep for Pokken, and I remember everybody's name.
Okay, you at least remember everybody.
Yeah,
because there was only 50. Because there was only 50 people playing in the bracket.
Right. No, final round. I forgot about final round. Holy shit, we had a squad deep team there. That was 2016.
The least amount was me and Gabe at a final round. When Street Fighter 6 first came out, it was just me and you. We remember that was
2016, and
that was a nice one. That room was nice as hell. Yeah. We were like, we're glad we didn't bring more people.
Me, you, and Phil. I think Phil showed up a couple times. We were playing EX Layer.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how offended are you if someone suggests sleeping on the floor like the old days?
0, 1.
You wouldn't be You hit the deck. You
Dre,
not
you
even
hit the
thinking
deck
about
in rooms that I roomed with you with. So,
dude, I hit the deck without even thinking. So I'm like, if I'm tired, I'm laying down. I don't give a fuck.
I'm bringing a sleeping bag to Frosty.
You know what it does? It makes me just think in my head like the old times. Like that means we playing games, we just doing shit. Everybody's here, right? So no, I don't have a problem.
Okay.
Like I said,
everybody hit the decks. How much money did you spend on tournaments while broke? And do you ever look back and go? And do you ever look back and go, who let me behave like that?
Oh, this is right now.
It's a fact because I'm telling them, I'm like, yo, Static, like, are you good with that? Like,
I've never been more broke.
Son,
yo, my parents moved,
but bro,
and it was me and my brother now. And we're like,
dead ass.
I have me
and Ja try to put logic in this boy's head so often because he'll be like, nah, man, I ain't got no money to do this. But he's like, yo, I'm going out to this tournament. I'm doing this. I'm buying this. I'm like, bro, what money do you got for this?
Oh, no, before, but like COVID and all that, yeah, I was saving up. But now?
Man, nowadays you don't give a shit,
I could say firsthand 2010 all the way to like maybe 2015, bro, maybe 16.
Everybody like, was just fucking
from being a server to not working to like what's next in life. Oh wait, you said tournament? I'm there, baby. You said locals? I'm there, baby. Oh, session? I'm there, baby. That was I had no. Where the hell did I have money? Because remember, me and my brother, like, it's funny because my brother did the calculations first, and then I did the calculations video later on that you guys saw, and I was like, how the hell were we affording anything back then? And it was like, oh, the tournaments were only like $25.
Yes.
Right?
I was about to say that. Dog.
Yeah.
Every Biggie Major was like cheap. I was in college and able to go. Like
Arizona iced teas were still 99 cents. You know, it is what it is.
No, like it was like $20 or $25, and then it made sense because it was
10 for venue, 10 for game.
Yeah. And then it's like, but then it was like, oh, there's a late fee of like $35. You're like, oh, whatever.
Well, don't forget, we were all rooming together, so it was like $25 for the room.
Right.
Also that.
And you got games and sessions all night. So it's like, I feel like
you got
now,
everything.
Dude, I get scared.
What
to
about
go
now?
Now I get scared to go to a fucking tournament. I'm not gonna lie.
Now you're like, do I gotta eat next week?
Now, hold up. Now I'm only
When's
going to
the electric
Frosties.
do?
Hold up. Now I'm only going to Frosties because I know people going.
Yeah. That's the first thing I did. I hit up my same people. I'm like, hey, y'all going to Frosties? They're like, yeah, you got a room.
To be honest,
you got a room. I'm going.
Hold up, but to be honest, this might be the only event I go to this next year.
So Evo,
I'm not going to. Probably not, unless I can I don't know.
Not be broke.
That's June. That's so close. They're coming up. Wait, the Evo announcement's coming up like in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a little weird how early it is. It's funny because I was super excited. You guys know my situation, but like I was super excited and I was like, yeah, I'm going to Evo. I'm going to CEO. I'm going to all this. I was like, shit, if I go to Frosty's, I better win.
Yeah, shit.
If I want to go to anything else.
I'm a break even if I make it the first place. You start thinking of your placements. Like, okay, if I can at least make this in 3 games, I'll make this back. I'll be good.
Yeah, listen. I don't have enough money to go to the grand finals. I better be in grand finals is what I'm saying. At Evo. Screw that.
There you go. You have your motivation. Yeah, you have your motivation.
I'll say compared to before, I probably enjoyed going to events when I was broke. One, because traveling with people and obviously it was cheaper. But now I'm very picky about my events. I don't just go to anything. And I hate to say it, I feel bad for a lot of event organizers. Somebody hit me up and was like, hey man, you want to come to California for this event? I was like, you gonna house me? And before they can even respond, I went to look it up. I was like, all right, this is like under like $200 to get there. I'll go. And I saw, I was like, yeah, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm good. Y'all got that. Nah. Whoever wins. I'll play you online. Like,
damn.
But yeah.
All right. What's harder to accept? Going 0-2 or knowing you'll wake up tomorrow sore just from sitting down too long?
Wait. Sorry, what? Start over?
I'm not gonna say for sitting down too long. Let me reword that. What's harder to accept, going 0-2 or knowing you'll be sore tomorrow from walking all day at a tournament?
Oh,
like a major, because you're all over the place then. Damn. What's harder, 0-2 or that? This is how you know motherfuckers is old because they're actually thinking about it.
Is 0-2 or walking around all day?
Knowing you're gonna be sore tomorrow from walking around all day. Or even the whole event, the whole weekend, because you're clocking in.
I think
many steps.
Hold up. I'll be honest. The most sore I've been was when I was in standing room only at Evo Japan the year we went. That was the most painful.
Did you go 0-2?
No, actually, I made it out of pools for the first time in Street Fighter 5.
Okay, that's why you didn't complain.
Yeah. What's worse, though, 0-2 or that?
Remember the massage chair? Oh, that was amazing.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing. We talked to you and everything. It was great.
Yeah.
It was my girlfriend for a little bit. It was awesome.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna add any parameters, but I would say definitely 0-2. Because if I'm walking around, it means I'm doing something that I want to be doing.
Okay.
If I'm 0-2, I'm walking around. So if I'm 0-2, I'm walking around doing everything.
Holding all
0-2 definitely hurts a lot more because like I put time into that shit. I better not go 0-2 for 15 years of playing. If I go 0-2, it better be at a local.
Yeah,
I can walk right the fuck out and go home.
People lost, but I wanted a Chipotle card. So last year,
all right. Now this was just a test because it's like there's always new blood coming in. There's always new players, but you've been at it for a while. How many times, like mid-set or like before a set starts, you've met a player that you're gonna play against that's very young? Have you ever been like, bro, this kid wasn't even like alive when I learned this matchup?
So the mystery game tournament in Puerto Rico, I explained this before.
Oh yes, that's right. You actually did have this happen to you this year.
I didn't want to tell him how to push drive in Gran Turismo 2 Ace. So then he's like, "Yo, it doesn't move," and this is in Spanish. So he's like, "Oh, mira, no mueve." And he's like this. And I'm like, nah, dog, it's X,
Trigger, bro.
That's how you know it's an old game. That's how you know it's an old game.
Anything, right? So then they restarted it and they told him what the buttons were. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, you know
So
that's an old game then.
Yeah. He beat me first. He beat me first, and I was like, oh, God. So then they put it on like on a rally race, and I won. And then they put it on another like closed course, not a highway one. The highway ones are a little too easy. They don't have tight turns.
All right. This will be. Oh yeah, what's up, Mezza? What was your answer?
I would say I never remember his name, but it's the kid that always came with his dad.
Jerry.
Playing after beating him really badly because I thought he still had potential. Yeah, I beat him really badly. His dad goes, "I really want to thank you for playing him." He's in tournament. How am I supposed to avoid him? Like, what do you mean? I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna like. I looked at him. I was like,
"Body the shit out of you."
I was like, "You better come with something hot. If not,
he would bring his dad, his grandmom, and his brother and himself."
I wonder what happened to him. He seems he got better.
He's on Twitter. No, he plays Dragon Ball. He main Dragon Ball.
That's Jerry.
Yes, that's Jerry. What the hell?
Shit! It didn't register.
He's the cooler player. Yes.
Yeah, I always think Marvel. No, he's good. Yeah. Dude, he was making top 8s and shit. He was cooking.
Yeah, he's cooks in Marvel in Dragon Ball. Yeah. He probably just grew up and became like a stock worker. I don't know.
Like, damn, that's crazy.
He saw broke ass Gabe walking around like, man, no, never again.
He's like, that guy.
I'm gonna work on this.
That guy smoked me. He's like, he's friends with Chris G. He beat me too.
I'm out of here.
That dude's broke too. He just wins tournaments, right? Oh, my light died. Oh, GG.
All right, last one. How many years until you register for events under a tag like Old Man Fundamentals and accept your final form when you're Unk status? Like we're talking.
I can't change.
Theo Valle status.
I can't change my name now. Everybody's saying, "No, Static, yo, he's the GOAT," and I'm like, "Oh God, no, I'm not." Y'all know I'm trying.
I think for me it'd have to be when I leave and come back from the scene because like I think about it all the time where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hit a certain point where I just don't want to play fighting games like competitively anymore, still casually. But I was like, if I ever got the urge to come back, I think I would want to come in as something new. It'd have to be an old ass name for sure, like like the old smoking gun or some nonsense, right?
I think about
Old Guard. Just call it Old Guard. Yeah. That's it.
I think about it a lot.
Old Bard.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
No, I think about it a lot because I'm like, man, I don't want to be like Matt Hardy where he's like wrestling till his 40s. But here I am, 35, right? And I'm like, oof.
Ladies and gentlemen, another opportunity for Static to bring wrestling into the show.
Yeah. However, I did think about like, I mean, how do you elongate your potential in it? Do you just retire and become a sportscaster like Tom Brady? Sure, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
There you go.
You know what it also is? I think you get to a certain point where you want to be competitive still, but like outside of like real life stuff, right? I sit here and I'm like, is this where I want to be as an old man playing these games? Like, I appreciate watching older men play like Turbo 2 and CBS 2.
Yeah, the OGs.
Third Strike, because they've been around for a long time, right? So it's still their game. But do I want to be playing 2X KO when I'm 45? No, I really don't. Like, I think about it, like, the one thing that we get scared of is losing our motor skills or, reaction time. And
I think if health permits, right, that you can still
exactly,
right? There's people that literally stop competing because of that.
I mean, Kakeru is a good example. I mean, not only that, look at the point some of us are switching to hitbox now because we're trying to preserve our hands for as long as we can. Even Smash players did it. I think I noticed that, and I was like, I only have, like, me personally, like maybe another 2 or 3 years, probably less, and I'm probably going to be switching over to like sim racing because it's a little bit more relaxing mentally, but it's also like there's so much to do, right? It's a new adventure. I don't know if fighting games, it's not like I hate them. Not like everybody wants to do or anything, but I think at some point we have to kind of figure out if this is the hobby we want to keep sticking with and spending excessive amounts of money to go to stuff, or is there something else we can do that just as, it gives you the same thrill. And I think that's how people have to look at it, at least for me, and that's what I'm thinking. I'd rather be wearing a McLaren jersey than wearing, a TSM jersey. That's how I'm going to play.
This guy. I mean, hey, dream to dream. Don't let your dreams be memes, man. Don't let your dreams be memes.
Hey, look. There's a guy, James Vowles. He's Williams, like pretty much he does all the owner stuff. He's the owner, but he is like in his 50s and he's about to do the Le Mans. It's 24 hours. What the fuck? So like, you know, he said, like, and I look at fighting games like this. Anytime I get an opportunity to step back in the ring, I'm gonna do it. Especially if I retired. So if I retired playing fighting games the next 2 years, I might show back up in the next 4. Who the fuck knows, man?
So to infinity. Got it. To infinity. It'll always be a spec. I don't think you'll ever go away, but I don't. Yeah, maybe it's just the time you dedicate to it.
Game competitiveness.
I would love to come back to these old hands. Still can't just crack my knuckles, see the dust come out of them as I'm doing it. Like, yeah,
that's not the part I'm afraid of. I've kept my hands intact. It's my knees. I stand up. I'm like, oh damn, oh shit.
You ever sit down? You ever sit down and get worried because you need a plan to get back up?
Dude,
that's how you know we're getting old. Especially when you hit at that one knee and you look around like, all right, what am I gonna do to get myself back up?
I know we're sidetracking, but you ever put your legs up on like the desk, like how you used to when you were a kid, and then you bring it down, you're like, oh hell no. What is that feeling? Like, hey, someone come stretch me out.
Yeah, help. But yeah, thanks for the insight, guys. For those listening, we will be posting up these questions in our Discord. Actually, I might throw it as a Twitter thread as well. I want to hear more people get their thoughts on these. So if you haven't already, make sure to join us on our Discord, mash.gg/Discord, to check out our question of the week as well as our poll. We appreciate y'all this week, man. That's it for this week's episode. Thank you for hanging out with us for another episode of Double Tap. Make sure to follow us at Double Tap FGC on all social media platforms, X, TikTok, YouTube as well. Go subscribe, go check it out. And of course, make sure to follow my awesome host here, StaticGorilla, at StaticGorilla on all social media platforms, as well as on Twitch, where he's the GOAT of Marvel, just doing his thing. Everyone, the people's champ, apparently. Stop. That's good for you, dog. Please. Like, I appreciate you. Nope. You've been in the game for so long. I love that you're getting your flowers from the community. Good stuff.
Stop it. Yeah, old man.
Yeah, he still got it. He's literally fighting generations. He's fighting dads and sons.
So this month, TNS is actually giving away a computer. I believe they're sponsored. No, stop it. They're giving out a computer for the winner. Like, there's a Marvel whatever giveaway.
iBuyPower.
Probably. I wasn't going to say any names.
Yeah, it's iBuyPower, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. Anyway.
Hey, man, let the sponsor us. I don't care.
Hey, listen, I need to train up. So, Mezza, yeah, we should. Okay, great.
Sure.
And make sure to follow Mezza at Mezza FGC on all social media platforms, as well as on Twitch. What you doing, man?
Honestly, I've taken a break from streaming. I'm working on new ideas for full-on teaching content. I've been trying to figure out my path, so I think moving forward, just don't expect much streaming, just more YouTube videos coming out. So that's my goal. My goal is to teach you guys not just fighting games, but some life lessons, hopefully, with it.
There you go. Spoken like a true unk. Make sure to follow him, Mezza FGC, once again. And you can follow me at Crashtag VS. Or like I said, just hit us up at Double Tap FGC if you got any articles, anything you guys want us to check out, which you have. We appreciate those that have been tagging us and hitting us up to just post out on articles, on videos, and all love there. Once again, join our Discord, mash.gg/Discord. Check out our question of the week, the poll, and our awesome community there. Shout outs to all you guys. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.
See you
later.